We're going to be talking about rent. You remember that ahead of the 2020 general elections, the NPP launched its manifesto or promises, you know, to make life easier for Ghanaians in the country. Yeah. And one of the things that they promised was the National Rental Assistance Scheme. And they said they had identified a major problem between, you know, tenants and their landlords, where it's difficult to even raise some money to pay your rent. And the fact that there's a law that states that you should not pay more than six months rent in this country. Yes, ideally, you should be paying, you know, every month, but it shouldn't go beyond 6 months. There are still a lot of landlords and landladies who are insisting on 2 years rent, and not just that. In fact, they will take some extra 3 months, we're told, just in case you destroy something at the time you want to leave the house or you want to pack out, so that they can use that to fix. And if you don't, then they'll return your money. I don't know if they actually do return the money in most cases. And then there's the issue with agents who are also charging 100 cedis per viewing. And then after that, you have to pay an extra 10% of the amount you're paying to your landlord or landlady as fees, agent fees. So there's a young lady who's complaining because this National Rental Assistance Scheme, we had been asking constantly that when is it going to be launched? Because we're told they will have some 100 million Ghana cedi seed money, you know, to be able to give or disburse to young people in the country to be able to rent. What has happened to it? It will be launched officially tomorrow, we're told. But there's a young lady who was very unhappy about the situation regarding rent. And this is what she had to say on TikTok. Take a look.
If you're be a managing 2 years, what's name managing 2 years? Says here, the fear be a 2 years. I want them. What's name? What's name 2 years? We are all 2 years account. Says here, no, sir, then someone has said per se, open single room. Single room, says here, no, unkuta 600, unkuta 500, unkuta 700, 800, unya dying. Says here, agent for age 100 cedis for viewing fee, and I say 80 Ghana for viewing fee, just showing you the room. Says here, if you're a for beard, your mother am agent for Uchia 9,600, also Uchia agent. 900, 600, 900 and almost 1,000 cities. Why? Cecilia, you to the end day. Why? Like why? What? Like why? Hey, like it's serious. Sir, Matsna demo 2 years. I'm paying 8,000. Now I'm supposed to pay 9,600. And you're taking the 2 years. You take 1 year and put. Because you see me engine 6 months and 1 year. To see how we hear Juma may fear. Uba boa no busumi pay the amount. Say 600 or say 700. You have to eat only small one a pay. Because a whole month I'm a pet. And see back on one bed. Ume should be you. Ume should be you or my one penny for Monka once a machine. Youth for the year brenna ye kum anyhow. A direct in tea ye betting pontino. Ubecoma ye kum.
And Bella will be discussing this because it's an issue at the heart of many young people, whether they can afford and can't afford. Look. The reality is that many people who put up these houses or homes want to make sure they recoup their investment as quickly as possible. Even though landed properties tend to have better values by way of the valuation over the medium to long term, they want to recoup their investments just within a short pace of time. And that is why we haven't seemed to have a grasp on what is happening in the industry. We've left it to the market forces. And I believe that just beyond the scheme that will be launched, there also needs to be some level of enforcement, making sure landlords do right by the public and the market that they serve. There are many young people who can't afford homes.
They can't.
And it's because of the exorbitant rates at which the rents are fixed. Even if it's for 2 years or a year, it's expensive. If they say they even want to go according to what the Act says, and it has to be 6 months, or they want to fix it monthly. They put it at so high a rate, you can't pay.
You can't pay. So you'd rather put together some money. Now, listen, the PRO of the Rent Control Department not too long ago was speaking on this matter. And he said that any person who has a condition of the grant renewal or continuance of a tenancy demands in the case of monthly or shorter tenancy, the payment in advance of more than a month's rent, or in the case of tenancy exceeding 6 months, the payment in advance of more than 6 months' rent shall be guilty of an offense and shall be, upon conviction by the appropriate rent magistrate, be liable to a fine not exceeding 500 penalty units. Fantastic. Or in default, imprisonment term not exceeding 2 years, or both. So you cannot charge beyond 6 months. If you do, you're going to jail for 2 years. Now, how is even the Rent Control Department ensuring that a lot of these landlords and landladies don't charge beyond that amount of money? And how are we making affordable housing affordable so that young people, the middle class, can afford to buy a house and pay over a period of time? We all see what's happening to Saglini.
Which middle class?
Well, I'm saying middle class.
Ghana middle class.
There should be at least, it should be hanging by a thin thread by now.
High class and a lower class.
Oh, there is middle class. I think so. There should be. There should be. So, I mean, the question is, how are we making it affordable for these young people to be able to afford these houses and buy and pay over time? Now, mortgage, what is the interest rate on mortgage? You're not paying less than what?
I think it's even pegged in dollars. So.
You're not paying less than 30% if you're taking, you know, a loan. Exactly. No, interest. I'm talking about interest. How much are people paying? It's a lot. So if that's happening and you have to go and rent a house and they're telling you that pay 2 years, agent will say, I want 10% of that 2 years fee that you're paying. That's a major problem. And we'll be having a conversation on this and an extended one later on the show.
And even open the phone lines
exactly.
in the process.
Please don't miss. Right after Big Issues, we'll come your way with this. And Cassandra Chum is her name, I believe. She's joining us. Patricia Yosin is her name, the young lady who was complaining about this. She'll be joining us in the studio. We also have the head of public relations at Rent Control Department also joining us. So we'll have an extended conversation on this. Don't go anywhere. This is TV3 New Day. Keep watching.